Let's get into my best and worst purchases of the year. I have a problem. Have not left the bag, but I was mistaken. I just seem to not learn my lesson. 2 pairs of the same jeans. Office Siren, Devil Wears Prada. The definition of impulse purchases. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sabs and I love all things fashion and handbags. As a lifetime fashion lover and bag collector, I have made many shopping mistakes when it came to impulse purchases. I have come a long way, but clearly I'm still not perfect, otherwise we wouldn't be here making a best and worst purchases video. We have quite a lengthy list to get through today, so I just decided to go in chronological order from last January until this December. The first item on our list, surprisingly, is a Zara sweater. Not from Zara, I bought it from a vintage store, but I really liked it because immediately when I looked at the composition label, it said 100% wool, and I was like, that is rare for Zara. And also I was actually in the market for a plain gray sweater, and although this is a short sleeve sweater, so it's not as versatile as a long sleeve sweater, I immediately was like, you know, I'm gonna take a chance on this, and I think it's gonna be a good layer piece for the winter. I think it's gonna be cute, and I was right. This is definitely a successful purchase for me. I got a ton of wear out of it. I wear it a lot in fall and spring in particular because of the transitional weather. I think it is one of those staples that I knew I was missing in my closet, and I purchased it, and no regrets. It's worked out really well for me. But Zara is one of those stores that I no longer purchase from as of 2-3 years ago, so I do make sure to say it is a secondhand purchase whenever people ask me what the brand is. So yeah, I don't even know if I could find a 100% wool sweater like this right now in their stores. My next purchase was another vintage purchase. This one was from Poshmark. I found this blazer so charming when I first saw it on Poshmark. It's obviously so hard to purchase things online without trying them on, without feeling the fabric, but it said it's 100% wool, it's vintage. I love the pinstripe pattern, and I thought I don't have anything like this in my closet, so I thought it would go a long way for me, but I was mistaken. There's something so important about getting the measurements just right when you're purchasing a vintage blazer. You have to ask about the shoulder to shoulder measurements and the pit to pit measurements. Frankly, the silhouette of this blazer is really hard for me to style with regular outfits. I've only been able to style this one way. Essentially, I wore this multiple different ways and I just didn't like how top heavy it made me look. Like just around the shoulders, I looked really massive. I wore it with a pair of micro shorts, and just because of the tininess of the shorts and the volume of the top of the jacket, it somehow worked out in a kind of 80s aesthetic sort of way. But I don't want something in my closet that I only know how to style one way. I'd like to preferably get lots of use and wear out of every clothing item. That is how I know that I made a bad purchase. Spoiler alert, you're probably going to see a lot more of this type of mistake in purchases in this video because I just seem to not learn my lesson when it comes to blazers. I lose my mind as soon as I see vintage, 100% wool, and any kind of pattern. I'm sold. I need that in my life. Next item, I wanted to actually get into something that's actually not an item. It's not a physical item anyway. It was my 2 trips that I took this year. Well, international trips, I should say, to Korea and Taiwan. I went to Taiwan in March and I went to Korea in late September, and both trips were so needed for my mental health, for my family's mental health. I just feel like certain trips really come at the right time when you're dealing with a lot, when you really need a break from life, when you really need to spend some quality time with the person you're traveling with. So in the case of my Taiwan trip, I ended up going with my sister for my birthday. It didn't exactly go as planned. Many of the things that were supposed to happen fell through, and it was a really hard time for me. I was going through a lot emotionally, mentally, and I was feeling drained, but it was such a good trip. I needed to just get away, have some quality time with my sister. It's not very common to come by these types of times where you can just allocate a whole week to bonding with your sister again as an adult. And so I really, really value that time. And I think it is one of those investments or purchases that are 100% worthwhile. And I look forward to investing in more similar experiences in the future. And same with my trip at the end of September with my husband. It was out of nowhere. We had not planned to go to Korea this year. We were kind of on and off about it. We wanted to go, then we were like, it's too late. We can't go in the summer. It's too hot. We can't see your family in October because it's too busy, etc., etc. We ended up just last minute purchasing a ticket in the exact window that worked for my husband's job. Obviously, he has a lot more of a restricted schedule than I do. We ended up going and we had such a blast. We were only there for about 10 days and then we ended up going to Hong Kong right after that. But it ended up being such a good time. We got to spend some quality time with his mom. And it's one of those things that you really think that trips have to be so perfect. They have to be planned far in advance, tickets, itineraries, everything done. But these 2 trips proved to me that sometimes it's just about being far away from real life and work and all those commitments that you have on a day-to-day basis, and just focusing on having quality time with your partner, with your loved one, whoever it may be. And that's why I think it is like my top 2 or 3 purchases of the year, those 2 tickets. And this is where I would like to thank Fabrique for sponsoring this portion of today's video. If there is one brand that never misses for me, that is Fabrique. Every single item from them has been an absolute hit in my wardrobe so far. So I wanted to show you guys my favorite new picks from them for my wardrobe. Starting with the Trevor coat made of 100% wool in the stunning midnight blue color. This was designed by Manu Santos, who has over 20 years of experience working at luxury brands such as Marc Jacobs, Reformation, and Kate New York. So it truly feels special to be wearing a piece that was thoughtfully designed to not only look so effortlessly chic, but also feel incredibly soft and comfortable. I decided to style this coat with the Yehudi plaid maxi skirt for a more academic and dressed up vibe. This skirt is such a fall winter staple with its rich Scottish plaid pattern, pleated silhouette, and leather buckle details. It is the perfect way to keep an old traditional garment alive. The added bonus is the hidden side pockets and lined skirt, which makes it extra comfy and practical for regular wear. And speaking of practicality, I am such a fan of the Rowan two-tone reversible jacket. Whether wearing it on the plaid side or the solid brown side, there is an undeniable charm to both options. The utility style pockets on this jacket make it extra comfortable to throw on and be out the door, knowing you can have a deep pocket to store your phone or tuck your hands for some extra warmth. I styled the Rowan jacket with the Lauren jeans for a bit of a monochromatic vibe. The color and shape of these jeans make them a perfect addition to my wardrobe for the winter months. But when it comes to unique jeans, I think the Taylor jeans take the cake. With this detachable belt detail and flock denim, which creates this unique surface texture, I don't think I've ever seen anything like it. I adore the 2-color vintage sheen that they give off and how cool and baggy the cut of the jeans are. It's the perfect blend of soft and edgy. Last but not least, the Una asymmetrical dress is such a dream. It's made of 100% wool, and the designer Sam Frenzel did not spare any detail to make this dress the ultimate statement piece. As a former senior at Chloe and Moncler series director, this dress is a testament to his keen eye as a designer and fashion lover. I loved wearing this dress to our Christmas Day party. The off-shoulder sleeves and the fringe details made me feel so elegant and feminine. I can't wait to wear this to more events. As always, I've linked all these pieces below, and I do have a discount code in the description box for you guys, so make sure to check it out. Now let's get back to our list of best and worst purchases. And since we covered a really good purchase, now we're gonna have to go with a less ideal type of purchase, and that was my olive green leather jacket purchase from Poshmark. This again is one of those instances where, because you don't see it in person, even though I made sure that the measurements were a fit for me and I made sure the color and everything about the design is what I was looking for, the jacket came and it is loud. I don't know how else to say it. It is just a loud, crinkly leather jacket. I don't know if it's because it's aged poorly, if the leather quality is not that great. It looks fantastic. I love styling it. I've worn it with white jeans a couple different times and I just love how it comes out. It's such a chic color and design and it fits me like a glove. It looks like it was made for me. But tell me why it's so loud. I feel so self-conscious even when it's just my husband and I. And as I'm getting in the car and just sitting still, the moment I shift a little bit in my seat, you just hear it. You hear the jacket before you hear me. I don't know. It's just one of those things where if you're a fashion lover and you value the look of the outfit above all else, you'd maybe be okay with it, but I still don't know 100% how I feel about it. I don't want to call it a fail because I really was in the market for a jacket like this, and where else would I be able to find this if not in the vintage or secondhand market? But yeah, I don't know. How would you guys feel about having a really loud leather jacket? Do you think it's worth it or is it a deal breaker for you? Because I'm still undecided at this moment. Our next item on our list is another semi-best, semi-worst purchase of the year item because this is a vintage blazer, another one from Poshmark. It is from a brand called Sandra Angelozzi. Listen, I was so lucky with this blazer. It fits me so beautifully. The shoulders are perfect. It's not super padded and huge the way I don't like it. And it's exactly how I thought it would look. Truly, it's amazing. But I've worn it one time. Yeah, I have only worn it one time. This is a reminder to myself that I need to buy items for my life now, not for the life I think I'll eventually be living, because part of me was like, oh, that reminds me of the fitted 90s, early 2000s blazers. I love it. I was kind of tired from all the big oversized blazers, which, you know, they're obviously more versatile for my personal style, but I wanted to wear this style of office siren, the Devil Wears Prada sort of blazers, those fitted slim blazers that they wear with really cool pencil skirts and stuff. I don't work in a fashion office. I don't work in any kind of office, truly. So when I'm going out, out with friends and family, etc. And the types of outings that I have don't call for a blazer such as this one. So it's beautiful, it's stunning, it's so unique, honestly. I love the fringe little detail at the bottom, and I love that it's not just a plain color, it's not a solid color, it's, I don't know, black and white interwoven sort of pattern. I adore it. But is it the right purchase if you don't have many occasions to wear it? I don't know. And it's not like it's like a fancy occasion dress where, you know, you naturally don't get that much wear out of it, but when you do, it's really worth it because it's like a wedding or a big party. I did wear it to a PR event where I was kind of more dressed up. I was wearing it with a mini skirt and I loved it. I loved that outfit so much. Maybe I just need to make my life more of a special occasion itself, and then I'll get more wear out of it. But yeah, reminder to self, shop more for my current life, not for my fantasy life. Now let me show you an example of a blazer that perfectly fits into my lifestyle and I have gotten so much wear out of it, and that is this beautiful vintage herringbone blazer. It is so unique. It's not like regular blazers that has 3 to 4 buttons. It has 2, 4, 6, 7 buttons down the middle, and I love that it's like teeny tiny type of herringbone pattern. It's not very big. There's something so cool about vintage blazers. They're all just made to fit kind of differently and they just feel really unique, and when I wear this type of stuff, it just really feels like it's one of a kind. No one else has it. So that is one of the things that appeals to me. It is more on the casual side. The fit of it is more everyday friendly. It's not so fitted like the previous blazer. So this would definitely go under the category of best purchases. I find it really versatile and I really enjoy wearing it. Narrowing my style down to dark academia or preppy aesthetic would basically explain why I have so many blazers in my wardrobe. I promise I'm not trying to go good, bad purchases, but it just kind of is happening that way. My next purchase is kind of a bad purchase for this year. That is these 2 lip crayons that I bought very impulsively and randomly. I was commuting, I took a SkyTrain, I got off at my station, and I just happened to walk by the body shop and I was like, they have a sale going on? Do I need anything from the body shop? No. Am I going in anyway? Yes. And that's how that happened. I walked in, I talked to this lovely person at the cash register and I was like, I'm sorry, what is that lip combo that you have on? It's gorgeous. And they told me that it was this, they told me that it was these jumbo lipsticks. They're these matte lip crayons and they told me that it could be used as a lipstick, as eyeshadow, as blush. It's a multi-purpose lip crayon thing. So I was like, that's definitely going to be a bang for my buck because I love multi-purpose things and I love matte lipsticks and I'll just get it. Let me just say one thing. I always tell myself that I love matte lipsticks, but do I actually love matte lipsticks? No, I don't. I actually don't love matte lipsticks. I like satin lipsticks. I like mixing matte lipsticks with lip gloss on top. I do not like matte lipsticks on their own. I find it really dehydrating and I don't like how it feels on my lips. I purchased 2 of these and neither color, neither shade looks very good on me. It doesn't really match my skin tone. So this is another reminder to myself that because makeup looks good on someone else doesn't necessarily mean it's gonna look good on me, because that person, they had their makeup, it looked on fleek, it was so pretty. I'm not necessarily a makeup person. I'm not a makeup guru. I don't know how to apply my makeup that well. I just do the same kind of look every single day. Let me just swatch it for you so you can see. That is way too brown for me. Even if I mix it, it just always still comes out too cool tone brown and it doesn't suit me very much. This one was the silliest mistake yet because I know I don't like nude lips on myself. I don't know what made me go for these 2 shades. It doesn't make sense. These were the definition of impulse purchases, and that is why they were one of my worst purchases of the year. They weren't that expensive. I think they were like $9 each, but it's still $18 that I didn't need to spend. You guys, earlier in the year, we had the JW Anderson release with Uniqlo, and everyone sort of lost their minds over everything that they had. I personally didn't really need anything from that line, but did I purchase some things from them anyway? Yes, I absolutely did. 2 pairs of the same jeans, but just in different washes. I think I kind of blacked out when I purchased these ones because I'm really not the type to go and buy the same kind of jeans in different washes. Like, oh, I like it, so I'll get it in gray and then in white. I thought of myself as more practical than that, but in this case, I was kind of desperate for a cool pair of low-rise-ish. I know technically these are not low-rise. I was thinking that I could dress up the dark wash ones more and the light wash ones would be more everyday. All that to say, would I purchase the same 2 jeans again if I could go back in time? I don't think I would, but would I say these were 2 of my worst purchases? Not really. I've actually gotten quite good use out of both pairs of jeans. I definitely wear the light wash ones more frequently than I do the dark wash jeans. I don't know why that is. I think maybe for dark wash jeans, I prefer to go for a dressier cut of jeans anyway. I don't want to go for a low-rise baggy pair, but I do love them a lot. And I do think for their price point, the fact that they're 100% cotton, I believe, the cut, the shape, shape, the everything, it's really worth the price. So I definitely recommend it for people looking for budget-friendly jeans. But that is definitely one of the traps that I don't want to fall into anymore. Just because something's a really good price and really good quality doesn't mean I need to purchase everything that's available to me. I would just need to consult my closet, and if there really is a gap in my closet for something, that's when I should purchase it. I should not do it on a whim just because there's a sale, just because it's limited edition, any of that stuff. This, I think, would fall right on the border of good and bad purchases. I don't know. I don't want to call it a bad purchase because I do love them both a lot and I wear them a lot. But it's hard. I need to become a better decision maker. I need to become strict. You know, if there's two colors of the same kind of jeans that I love so much, should I just go home with both of them? Like, no, that doesn't seem right. For our next items, plural, I wanted to kind of put a category of jewelry and include all my jewelry pieces that I purchased this year. I think I realized something this year, and that is I'm for sure a jewelry person. I didn't think of myself as a jewelry person because I know I accessorize a lot. I wear bangles and rings and earrings and necklaces all the time. But it's more of a family thing. My whole family, we've always worn gold jewelry or silver jewelry. First of all, let me just say I am very, very allergic to metals. If I wear costume jewelry or anything for more than an hour, I get super itchy and then I get really bad hives and then it bleeds, like my skin literally bleeds. That's actually one of the reasons I can't wear many watches. I can't even wear an Apple Watch. Like after a couple months of wearing my Apple Watch regularly, I started to get really bad hives. Regardless, I got really sidetracked. My point was that even though I wear a lot of jewelry, it's not stuff that I've purchased or invested in myself. They were all gifted to me from grandparents, aunts and uncles, and my parents. And they do have wonderful taste, but I have not picked out any of my own jewelry in a really, really long time. So these pieces, these rings are my purchases of the year, and they were all excellent purchases. Let me tell you about them all in order. This ring was a really special ring for me because it was my birthday ring. I wanted to make myself a custom ring. So I scoured the internet and I purchased a loose diamond, and I wanted a kind of different shape of a diamond. I wanted something unique. So I went for a pear-shaped diamond. I believe this is under 1 carat or maybe just over 1 carat. I don't exactly know what the size is. I need to look at the certificate that came with it. But I purchased it separately and then I sent the diamond off with my parents. They are so good at finding jewelers, and I sent them a bunch of pictures and videos of the different kinds of bezel setting. It is lab grown, by the way. I don't know if I mentioned that. I wanted to be the kind of design that I had in mind, but also was very okay consulting the jewelers, and they basically came up with this design. They said if I wanted something with a thin band but asymmetrical with the bezel setting, this is what they recommended to me. I was very happy with it when they put it together. They definitely sent me, what is it called? The CAD design, so that I could see kind of a 3D model of what it would turn out like, and I was really happy with their design idea, and that's how it came out to be. It was definitely a more expensive ring out of all the items that I purchased this year, but it was 100% worth it. I wear it on a daily basis. It's gold, so I don't have allergic reactions to it, and I can wash my hands with it, etc., etc. And that is why it's one of my best purchases of 2025. Aside from that, I purchased this really cool funky ring from the really cool market in Taiwan, known for all the lanterns. Oh my gosh, the name is escaping me. I'll pop it in the description. But anyway, I purchased this on a whim. My sister and I were walking through the market and walking into all the different stores, and I had told myself that on this Taiwan trip, I would not do any impulse purchases, and I really didn't. I only purchased 2 or 3 things on my Taiwan trip. This ring was one of them. I got a matching one with my sister. We both got this ring. It is so worth it. I wanted to invest in more chunky jewelry, especially in silver, and this was, I guess, my only one that I purchased, and it's so pretty. I love that it's not too chunky. It's pretty versatile for daily wear. Isn't it so cute? And then another great purchase that I made in Korea, impulsively, but also not impulsively, because I had a jade ring on my wish list for a few years now, and every time I told my husband about it, he was like, you know, as someone who grew up in the Asian culture, I don't think he really likes jade rings. He probably sees it as old school and not very fashionable, but I told him many times that I want a jade ring. I don't care what he thinks of it. I think it's really cute and I want to have one, want to style it different ways, and he actually decided that he's down for this one. He was like, actually, that is really cute. You're right. It's a light green, and I was like, I wanted a light green. I don't know what he had in his mind. Let me try it on for you guys. I instantly fell in love with it as a layer piece. It looks really pretty on its own too, but I really love wearing it on top of other rings. I think it's such a cool stackable ring, and that is why it's one of my favorite purchases of 2025. I get so much wear out of it. I think I wear it almost on a daily basis. Now that I shared my jewelry category with you guys, I'm gonna throw another category at you, and that is vintage leather jackets. Oh my gosh, I don't even know where to start with this. I have a problem. I have a vintage leather jacket addiction. I know, it's serious. Look at this. This isn't even everything. This is from this year alone. This is so heavy right now, you won't even know. I know I already showed you guys a vintage leather jacket in the beginning of the video, and that was kind of a separate category because that was specifically a jacket that I had been searching for. I ended up getting it and not loving the texture or the noisiness of it. This is its own category of jackets I was not looking for, but I came across, and I don't know, something came over me and I was told by the jacket gods that I need to purchase it. This is the pitfalls of shopping secondhand and vintage goods. There's this impulsive urge to purchase things if it's your size, if it's a decent price, if it's a rare find, because it's one of a kind, it's vintage, you're never gonna come by another one like it. But here's the thing, another similarly vintage and rare find will pop up and then you'll want to buy that too. And then where will it stop? For me, it has not stopped, and that's where we're at right now. And this isn't even my whole leather jacket collection. Like, I have so many vintage leather jackets at this point that, trust me, I've started to sell a few and I'm trying to share the wealth. I get it. This is a really cool selection of leather jackets that I can't wear if I just hold on to all of them. Let me kind of break this down for you. This one is a leather jacket that I found on Facebook Marketplace. It was for a pretty good price because it has some discoloration on the shoulders. I was telling myself, where am I gonna find another super blue leather jacket? This is super rare and I'm trying to add more color into my wardrobe. I should buy this. Here's the thing, I do need to add more color into my wardrobe, but a leather jacket is probably not the way to do it. I need to add color in my layering pieces, like a t-shirt or a cardigan, not a leather jacket, because this ends up being a statement piece and I can't get that much use out of it because there's only like 2 months of the year where a leather jacket is going to be the only outerwear that you're going to need, especially in Vancouver. Summer is way too hot for leather jackets. Spring is still kind of too cold and rainy. So there's some weeks in fall and spring that you could potentially wear it, but it's rare, and that is why I'm still not sure if this was the right call. It's very pretty. It's just really blue though. Isn't it? Like, it's very blue. Anyway, this is leather jacket number 1. Impulse purchase. Kind of regretting it because I don't have that many occasions to wear it. Impulse purchase number 2. I bought this. This is the newest leather jacket to my collection. I was like, oh, is that leather jacket distressed? I love a distressed leather jacket, and it's vintage. That means it's been naturally distressed and it wasn't just made to look distressed. But here's the thing, I have so many leather blazers at this point that there's no way I need any other leather jacket, let alone a blazer style, because as it stands, I have too many blazers. And now I'm adding leather blazers to my collection. Did I need this one? No. As soon as I wore it, I realized it very closely resembles my other blazers and leather jackets, but it's cute. Trying to downsize. I think I'll definitely let go of a few of these very soon. And next, this might just be my most unique one, and this one I purchased in September or October, I think right after I came back from Korea. I saw it on Facebook Marketplace. I messaged the girl and I was like, is that a size small? I could go for this. Secondhand BB jacket. It is real leather. It's not real snake leather, I hope. I think it's just leather. I don't know, is that wishful thinking? I don't want real exotic leather in my collection, if that makes sense. Anyway, I have not worn it yet. I thought I would get so much wear out of this. I think I need to bring down the curtains now. Yeah, I was under the impression that I would wear this instantly and I would get so much wear out of it. I haven't worn it yet. Like, that's so embarrassing for me because do you know what happens to me is when I buy statement pieces such as these, I don't just start experimenting with it right away. I tuck it away and I'm like, I'm coming back to you when I have time, when I have a leisurely amount of time to explore my closet again and acquaint myself with this new piece. That is the absolute worst way to do it. When you buy a new piece, start experimenting with it right away. Wear it. If you hate the outfit, it's okay. At least you know what you don't like with that piece, and then style it with a different pair of bottoms or whatever next time. I need to take my own advice and start experimenting with my new pieces as soon as they're mine, because otherwise it ends up collecting dust somewhere and I just feel so bad about that. I'm still not gonna part ways with any of these immediately. I think I need to actually get to that place where I start acquainting myself with these items, but so far, no luck. Next is this jacket that I paid over $100 for on Poshmark because I was like, this is exactly what I've been looking for. I've been looking for a crop length, really cool brown leather jacket. Brand is called Identify. It fits me beautifully. It fits so well. I haven't worn it yet. I'm so weird. I understand. I think certain jackets I'm a little too precious with and I don't want to rush into wearing an ugly outfit with it, and I want my first outfit with it to be perfect. That is such a weird way to look at clothes. You just need to enjoy experimenting with your clothes and just have fun. Play in your closet, honestly. And our last piece in this category, are you ready for it? This one's gonna be the weirdest one. You guys, I bought this jacket knowing full well that it has a huge gaping hole in the lining. Why did I buy this? Good question. I have no idea. I wish I could ask myself that question again. I'm just thinking right now that the silhouette and the cut of this one is so similar to the brown one that I just put down before this, but it's a different brand completely. I thought to myself, this is such a cute zip-up leather jacket. The silhouette, the shape, and the cut and everything is just what I like, but it's in a pistachio green. How cool is that? It's very unique. I need to buy it right away. Did I need to buy it right away? Absolutely not. It has a hole. Obviously, it doesn't bother me too much because it's just the lining and it's in the back, so I don't really feel it too much. What am I doing? Our next item happens to be another piece that I purchased, another item that I purchased on vacation in Taiwan, and that is the Adidas Spezials. I have a love-hate relationship with these ones because this was another purchase that I decided to get as a matching set with my sister. So like the silver ring that I got in Taiwan, I was somewhat influenced by my sister to get these pairs of shoes. It was her first pair of Adidas shoes. I thought since I had my Adidas Sambas for 2 years already and I got so much wear out of them that I would get equally as much use out of these ones. Also, not gonna lie, the Spezials are more comfortable than the Sambas. They have more arch support, but two things. First of all, they are suede. My Sambas are leather, so I definitely get more use out of leather sneakers, especially in rainy Vancouver in fall and winter. And second, I don't know what happens to me that I often get the wrong shoe size when I'm traveling. It must be something to do with maybe my feet are swollen from walking and then I put my feet in my regular size that I usually get and I'm like, that feels off, but it must be because I'm on my feet. It might feel different on another day when I haven't walked so much. No, it's gonna feel the same way. It feels tight. I don't know how. I guess the different styles of Adidas shoes fit differently. Like I might just be a different size in the Spezials versus the Sambas, but regardless, they fit a little snug so they're not so comfy and they're suede so I can't wear them on rainy days, and I don't know. I just think I could have survived with my Sambas alone without going and getting another pair of very similar shoes. You guys, you're not even ready for the next one that I'm going to show you. I think this is going to be my most embarrassing admission yet, but items that I purchased have not left the bag that they came in. Process that. That is how unnecessary of a purchase this was. A friend of mine who's an excellent thrifter, she had gone to a thrift store one day. So I told her, hey, if you're going there today, can you keep an eye out for a lace scarf so that I can do the whole layering hack of having a lace scarf around my pants or having a silk scarf. I just told her, look out for a lace scarf or a silk scarf for me. I want these two items in my closet that I don't already have. She purchased them for me. Let me show you. This is the lacy scarf I asked for, and this is the 100% silk scarf I asked for. Did I wear either of them? No, they didn't even leave the bag, and I can't even tell you why not. It's been months. They've just been sitting there. I'm so ashamed. I basically have this to-do pile right now. I have some things that need to be taken to the tailors. I have some things that I want to hand wash. I have a bunch of items that I need to address before I can use them, and thrift store items fall under that category. Because this is a lace scarf and then a silk scarf, I knew they're delicate and I can't just throw them in the wash. So I had designated a day where I'm gonna get to hand washing these items with a more delicate soap, and life got busy, and then this task got postponed, and then I started to forget about it more and more, and now I just see this bag every once in a while in the corner of my closet and I'm like, this was supposed to be taken care of months ago. I don't know why I never got to it. That is another one of my worst purchases of 2025, simply because I never even took it out of the bag. Anyway, this video got super long and I actually do have more items on this list, but I don't want to take up your whole day talking about my best and worst purchases, but I would love to hear in the comment section about what you guys consider your best and worst purchases and how you plan on dealing with that in the new year. I think my first thing on my list for fixing my shopping habits would be to stop trying to find the most unique and interesting leather jackets, no matter how rare and how vintage and how one of a kind they might be. I simply do not need any more secondhand leather jackets. That is my rule. Unless I sell, let's say 5 leather jackets, I won't allow myself to buy another one. That is my new rule. Let's hope I stick with it. But other than that, I think the rest of them were honest mistakes here and there that I made. Not a lot of them could be prevented. Some things you try out and then you don't love. It's not always the biggest issue in the world. Let me know what you guys thought of this video and if I should do a part 2, because like I said, this list has even more items on it. I just didn't want to make this video hours and hours long, but I definitely could do a second part. Also, I will say one thing. This best and worst purchase list is really really tame compared to my shopping habits maybe 2 or 3 years ago. When I first got into the content creator space, I don't want to say I went crazy, but I let go of all my previous inhibitions and I was like, I want to buy all the luxuries that I had saved up for and never let myself purchase. I used to live very frugally, so I had a lot of savings from all my multiple jobs that I had had up to a certain point. And so when I finally got into the content creator space, I was like, now I want to spoil myself and I want to buy designer bags and this and that. And I kind of went crazy for a while and I purchased so many expensive things. I did part ways with a lot of them and I still have many of them. But let me know if you would like an overall best and worst purchases of, I don't know, the past 5 years, maybe my whole adult life. That might be an interesting video. But yes, that is all I had to share for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!